Hi, this is Jan from Jan's Art, and I'm just continuing with this commission. At the moment I'm using a 3H pencil, and I'm just putting in some little bit of bubbles on the end of his tongue. A little bit of saliva. So just want to put that in there. There we go. Now this will show out when I come to colour in the shade in the tongue itself. The minute the tongue is white, I'm just putting in where the bubbles are. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. They're very fine. So, just put some dark around the bottom of the tongue, just to define the edge. Now, what I like to do to fill in an area of darkness, I do what I call parquet flooring strokes, and I just quickly can fill in an area that I can darken up, and it doesn't take so long because I've already done these little hatch tiles. Just keep changing the direction to make them random. There you go. Then I can just go over the top of them, just start to blend them in, and the parquet flooring bits just disappear, you see. Very, very quickly. These are little bits of light, so I'm emphasizing them by pressing a lot darker. So when I do my shading, they'll just be light and you won't see the line around them. They'll just be two light spots, see? There you go. Just zoom in on this tongue. See if you can see what I'm trying to do. Right, there's the tongue. I've zoomed in. I'll continue with my little parquet tiles. So, these parquet tiles I found are a great way to quickly fill in large dark areas that you have in your drawing, instead of going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And what it's doing, it's quickly giving me a mass, an area of darkness that helps me visualize what I'm drawing. Okay. I'm pressing quite hard because this area of the drawing is going to be quite dark. Let's just get around these little white flecks, little bits of darkness. If I cross hatch over my park here, it quickly starts to get darker and darker, see? And it just gives a bit more darker depth to the colours, to the shading that I want, you see. That's it. Now I just want to bring some tone to the tongue. So I'm using the 3H because it's got a lovely sharp point. And as I go in and I go around, it's like I'm making some little fried eggs with the bubble sauce, see? And I'm just trying to get that tone so that those bits of spittle just jump off. Can make them a little bit darker with my 2B. This is so subtle. I'm just going over the circle of 3H, just adding a bit of depth. There we go. So we're starting to get that bit of spittle, looking just like spittle on the end of his tongue, see? I go round my shading, a little bit of darker shading where the tongue bends, so I can put that little bit of dark in, and I'm just cross hatching, see? Slowly, slowly, and I'm just making this little bit of spittle, get a piece of paper, just like to protect my drawing when I'm drawing. Last time I did a live stream, my studio cat Alex decided to walk all over my sketch. It's a good job he had clean feet, but that's a cat for you, they just don't care, do they? Right, so now I'm adding some shade to the tongue. I'm going right across the tongue, look, with a very light stroke. You can hardly see it, but it's making that spittle jump out. This is what I wanted. Just going to cross hatch it a little bit. And I'm doing it ever so lightly, this cross hatching. It's a hard pencil, so it goes on light. That's it. Let's just bring this a little bit of shading up here. Let's do some horizontal shading. The idea is that the lines that I'm using, the crosshatch lines, just slowly disappear, and all I'll be left with is a pencil wash, what I call a pencil wash. And it's just the weight of the pencil. I'm not pressing it. Look at how long I've got on the pencil. See? Now, I'm going back to my 2B, and I've got a long shank on it, and I'm just using the weight of the pencil itself, because it's a metal clutch pencil. It's a bit heavier than the wooden pencil, so I'm just using that to just do a graduation shade coming down from the underneath the mouth where the tongue begins to come and start to protrude. I'm getting this lovely little wash of pencil, see? Now, because I've done that, it means I can test my shades, and I can see that this can do with going just a little bit darker around the spittle, see? That's it. It's easier, I find, to shade on pencil than paper. So once you've got your little bits of shading done, ever so lightly light, then you can just shade beautifully on pencil. It's harder to get your shading done on paper because it just sticks out so much. Right, I can bring some of this shadow from underneath where the tongue's coming out from the mouth. Now that tongue, it goes, the nose is sticking out, so this bit here is coming forward a lot, so there's a lot of shadow there, so I've got to put that shadow in to get my depth back on this tongue. Now there's a little bit of a crease in the tongue there. This is an electric razor. I'm just going to bring a highlight. There we go. Right, so just get that little bit of highlight on the groove in the tongue, and I'll just bring it out again. Bring the shading back. There we go. So I can get a lovely little crease. Now it's got another little bubble just there. This is what I see when I'm drawing. Okay, get that tongue in there. Just work on my shadows a little bit more. I could probably go a little bit darker. So I'm going to cross hatch this way, see? I'm cross hatching a shape and not a parquet tile because I just want this tongue to just jump off the paper. It's a light tongue and I'll make everything around it a lot darker. So my shading is very, very light. But it has to be enough so I can see some definition, otherwise it's just a go. So that spittle's just looking lovely. There we go. I'm going to stick this bit of paper down. Keeps dropping because I'm at a bit of an angle. So that.